my duckies, welcome back to the Boston Nation of Bessie Love, or you hate. How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. No bullshit, and make sure your rent is paid. Trying to do a new thing, but don't judge me. I don't know my life. And I figured I'd do an update on the Cyber deck that I did before. I don't remember. It was way back in I forgot, but yeah, it was the Cyberse, and I said before that they were going to get support, and the structure deck just came out, and it's a lot of stuff that they needed, and it helps the deck out a lot. Trust me, it makes it go by much faster, and they bring out their monsters quick, and they just get the job done. And as I said earlier, what I think these new links are, they're like synchros. They bring out their monsters ridiculous amount, and they just go off and set up the board perfectly and just piss your opponent off. I kind of build them in a way just like the World Chalice. And yeah, so let's get on with it. See, the anime character for this deck is Gold Darkness from To Love Ru 2. Hopefully you guys know that. If you don't, watch more anime. So let's get on with it. Now, for the mandatory, we run double Betron. He's our little common monster. He's the big booty out of the other one, out of his new sibling, and he's a 2000, and he sets up with all the Link Spiders and all the other Link monsters that pretty much need it. And we'll get with his brother, Digitron, or Biggie, or whatever and whatnot. And to bring them all out, we have Draconet, the most important one out of the deck, out of the little guys. Whenever he's normal summon, you can special summon one. If I'm not mistaken, you can special summon one level 2 or lower normal monster from your hand or deck in defensive position. So, normal summon, hand, or deck, special, and just set up board ridiculously. Links, he's a turn 1 Link Spider, and you can just go into a Deco Talker and whatnot. And in my opinion, he's literally the turn 1 setup. He's mandatory. Now, let's get with the others. Now I run triple backup secretary. She's another easy special summon. You can special summon her if you control a Cyberse monster, and you can only activate the effect once per turn. So if you have a Cyber monster, special from hand, it's an easy way to get into your links even faster. The whole purpose of this deck is to get to your links quick and simple. Quick, fast, and set up board before your opponent fucks your life up. And the other one I got is Link Infernare Fleer, or whatever he's called. His is the same exact way. However, you need to special summon him when there's a Link. So he has to be special summoned next to a Link monster. So you got Deco Talker, special summon under the Link. That's no biggie. Same thing as Secretary. You can only special summon him once per turn. So it's just special. That's about it. Now for the newer guy that we recently got, keep forgetting his name, Bot Staggered. He's an easy summon. He can only be, you can special summon him if you normal summon a Cyberse monster from your hand. Then you can special summon. It's a quick effect. Now his other effect is that when he does battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon one Stag token, and it's also a Cyber monster. And it's just another quick Link Spider, and its a whole purpose is to set up board. And I'll get into the links, and you guys will see what I mean. We'll just migrate them here, and we'll get into the other new ones. I do not run Ram Clouder, because Ram Clouder is more of a tribute based, but I do run his newer sibling, Ram Claudia. I run 3 of her girl, or I don't remember. I run her because she's a little bit better. Whole purpose of her is when she's normal summoned, you can target one Cyberse monster in your graveyard and shuffle and add it to your hand. So it's a quick way to recycle your Cyberse that are in the graveyard, keep adding them into your hand and whatnot. And if she's ever destroyed by battle by card effect, you can special summon one level 4 Cyber monster in your deck. So it just keeps the deck, it keeps the monsters moving, and if they're destroyed, they just keep coming back. Whole purpose is to keep the monsters on your board and just so your opponent doesn't take advantage of your life. And she's also used for a rank 4, because you only run one rank 4 in this deck, and I'll explain that when we get to the extra deck. Now we also run triple Balancer Lord. This guy is so freaking busted. He's so good. First of all, once per turn you can pay 1,000, so you get an additional normal summon. Gay, but it has to be for a Cyber Monster. Yeah. That's his main thing. He's really good for that purpose. And also, this card is also banished. You can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster in your hand. So it's a combo with the new spell card that we got. I'll get into that combo when I get the spell card. I show the spell card. And he's also good for rank 4 and he's 7,000 beast stick. Just be careful using his effect because you have to pay 1,000 for it. And just be careful with that. That's the main thing. You don't want to drain your life points too much because we all know the Cyberse aren't that really bulky in a way. Now we run the new one-ofs. There's 2 of them that you can only activate once per duel. It's kind of like Glow Bulb. We have 1 Stack Receiver and Dot Scrapper. Now, let's talk about Stack Receiver. When he's used for a Link monster and a Link material, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Link Cyberse monster in the graveyard. That was used for the Link material. So, for example, have these 2 Link for Proxy Dragon effect, special summon Dot with his effect. And it's just to keep having your monsters set up on the board to bring out Firewall and whatnot. And now Dot's effect is a little bit interesting. If the card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. Simple. If the card is ever banished, you can special summon it. It's all chained, or those combos with this deck. However, you can use both the effects, but it's only once per duel. That's the only little trick. I've seen other decks running this in like, I've seen it running rockets and whatnot. And it seems to be okay, but like I said, it's that once per duel thing. It's kind of annoying. But I call him Little Dot because he's so cute. That's it for the monsters. Now we get into the spells. I've seen many deck profiles and not a single one is running this one field spell. You guys should know it. Castle Link. Now, the reason I run this card is because once per turn, you can switch your Link monsters around the main monster zone. So, for example, say if I have a Firewall here, and I brought it out, and there's nothing here now. I could then use Castle Link's effect to bring it here. Not only that, I could then set up the board, so now I have my Link zone, and then I can now use my opponent's Link zone, because now Firewall's arrow is pointing there, and now I can use their Link zone, monster zone. This whole point is of locking your opponent out. This is why this card's in here. Then if your opponent has a Link monster, you can also change their monster Link zones up as well. So it kind of like fucks your opponent up in the same way, and your opponent cannot use this card effect. So it then also wastes their materials they need to set up popping your main important cards. They want to pop this, or I'm just going to lock you out of your extra deck. Plain and simple. So card, this purpose is just to mess your opponent's life up. Now for the card that you combo off with, sorry, Balance Lord, is Signet Backdoor. Now I'll bring up the Balance Lord and I'll show you the little combo that you can do. It's the most important. It's the only combo you really want to set up with him. Or honestly, you can use Dot too. It's the same exact way. So, before we get into this, Signet Backdoor. So, what this does is you target 1 Cyber monster you control, banish it, and if you do, add 1 Cyber monster from your deck to your hand, whose attack is lower than the original monster that was banished. During the next standby phase, you could turn that banished monster to the field, and it can attack your opponent directly this turn. You can only activate this effect once per turn, and it's a quick effect. So what you would do is have Balance Lord on the field, blah blah blah. You sign that backdoor, banish him, then get to add from your hand with this effect. Then Balance Lord's effect gets to special summon that monster that was in your hand. So it then sets up the board and whatnot. And same goes for Dot. If you banish Dot, you can then special summon him again. And it's just a whole setup process. Then Signet's effect, when he comes back, he can attack your opponent directly. And then he can also pay 1,000. You can special summon, you get additional normal summon. Look at that, it's busted. The deck moves around so fast, it's not even funny. But that's just one of the little baby combos. Now I'm getting to the other spells. For your normals, you gotta run Unexpected Die. We all know what this does. You control no monster, special summon 1 level 4 lower no monster in your deck. So that's how they're the Bitron or the Digatron. Simple, quick, and easy. Now for one of the interesting techs that I run, Security Block. It's a quick effect. What you do is target 1 of your Cyber monsters, and not only is that monster can't be destroyed or battle this turn, but each player takes no battle damage. So Like I said before, the Cyberse are very low with their attacks. They're no heavy hitter. They don't have anything that can go over like Utopia and barrel load and shit like that. So what you want to do is you got to protect them. So you protect them and you still take no battle damage. So you can still fight another turn. And it's a quick effect. So you can set it and then activate and just, you know, protect yourself and prepare for the next turn. Now the one-ofs, we gotta run one Raigeki, mandatory. Soul Charge. One thing about this is be careful because you know you have the Balance Lord. So just be careful with this when you use this. Only use this when it's dire consequences. Mind Control. We use this to take our opponent's monster and then use it to link with it if we want to be that dick. You know, it's all about being dicks on this channel. And an unexpected one that I found out. Tri-Weight. Now, what this is, it's a pretty interesting way. It's one of the dire consequences things. What you do is target 3 level 2 or lower normal monsters in your graveyard and special summon them from the graveyard. That's it. So you bring up your Betron, your Digatron, and just set a board with them. 3 of them. Now you go with the Link Spider and blah 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 blah. You can already see the combos. And that's it for the spells. Now we get into the traps. Everyone who knows me, they know I like being a dick when I duel, so we have to run Storming Mirror Force. Best Mirror Force out there. And just to be more of a dick, double Call the Haunted. Also bring back our links like Firewall or Barrel Load or Topologic or Deagle Talker, and we just set up the board with it. Any monster could be brought back by Call the Haunted. Now we'll head into the extra deck. Of course, if we run Cyberse, you gotta run triple Link Spider. Mandatory. And also its other effect is, when he comes out, if you have a normal monster in your hand, you can special summon it. Link Bumper. Reason I run him, 2 purposes. One, for his effect that when a monster that's linked to him declares an attack, and if it destroys a monster, it gets a secondary attack. So, just another secondary attack. Also, it's a good use for Deagle Talker or Firewall. Same goes with Proxy Dragon, or if I need him on the field to protect some of my other monsters, I can. Same thing with Honeybot. She protects your monsters that can be targeted and destroyed by battle. Then we have one of the newer guys, brand new Sorceress. Now, his effect, main purpose for him is to, whenever your monster deals damage, you can then gain life points equal to the damage you delivered. But he has to be co-linked to at least one monster. So, like this, then damage, effect, you gain the life points that the damage you did. Pretty much. His whole purpose is that. Now I'm getting into the 3s. Double Tri-Gate Wizard. He is probably your most important card. He's your, I would say Firewall is, but Tri-Gate Wizard sets up so much stuff. Pretty much all his 3 effects are just to die for. As I said before in his videos, all these effects activate when he's co-linked with something. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You always want to keep him in your middle zone, a Deagle Talk or Firewall or whatnot, and you can trigger off these effects. And sorry, for one link, if you have if he's co-linked to something, I can barely see my eyes. If he's for one link, if he's co-linked, this card battles an opponent's monster. Any battle damage you received, it's doubled. So any battle damage that he does, it's doubled. Pretty much. Once per turn, you get to target one card in the field, banish it. That happens if he's has 2 monsters linked to him. Now with 3, once per turn, when a card effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation and banish that card. And this is all quick effects, so they can happen during either player's turn. I may get that wrong, but I gotta check the ruling on that. But I've been using it on OCG, and this is all during either player's turn. So yeah, lemons. Now we get the Echo Talker, just for attack purposes. We all know what he does. Deagle Talker, same exact way. We all know what he does. And then Topologic Bomber, we all know what he does. He's just there just in case shit happens. And remember, he's also a cyber monster. Don't forget that. And apologies for this, guys. I hate proxying, but my Firewall is coming in the mail, so we have one Firewall Dragon. Plain and simple. Of course, this is Playmaker. This is Playmaker's deck, and we all know Playmaker from Vrain, so you gotta have the Firewall. And as I said before, the one rank in this deck, it's just to fuck your opponent up. Number 41, the Taper. His main purpose is here is to fuck your opponent's life up. You go into your rank, special summon defense. All level monsters on your opponent, first of all level monsters on the field have their effects negated, and they're switching to defense. Well, no, first they're switching to defense as soon as they touch field, and then their effects are negated. Period. That's it. Unfortunately, for your opponent, Lynx can't be put in defense position, so simi. And his whole purpose is just that, and unless you're fighting another Link deck, then this card's completely useless. But if not, there you go. It's good for trick stars too, definitely. Like, you have this on the board and just says, fuck with me, bruh. And then you just have your Lynx just bum-raging them. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck profile right there. I feel like it's fine. It does what it has to do. And yeah, so that's the deck profile. So, anywho, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. Also, if you're not a part of the Bastard Nation, hit that subscribe button because you know you're a bastard in your own way. Catch you later. Much love, as always. Bye-bye.